What's up guys, it's Crystal here. I'm back with another review video for you guys, and it's actually been such a long time since I reviewed a product like this. The company I am actually reviewing today is Moonshot, and this is the BB cushion I'm reviewing. This is the Moonshot Micro Setting Fit Cushion, and it's pretty raved, especially for a summer cushion. I actually brought this cushion along with me to Japan, and it was actually pretty hot and humid when I was there, so it was a great way to test the cushion out. So I did purchase this cushion from yesstyle.com. I got this cushion for $13.87, and there is 12 grams of product in the cushion. The shade that I ended up getting was shade number 201, which is the color beige, and it actually ended up being a really good color fit for me. There is SPF 50 plus, PA triple plus as well. So there is lots of sun protection in this cushion, which is perfect, especially since it is a popular summer cushion. Like I said, this is a summer-based cushion that has SPF 50 plus, PA triple plus, and it comes in 3 shades. 101 ivory for brighter skin tones, 201 beige for natural tones, 301 honey for calm color tones, and with its weightless and semi-matte formula, it'll smooth your skin without the stickiness. The function for this cushion is for brightening, anti-aging, and UV protection, and it also does not clump up. The cushion boasts amazing adherence to the skin with little to no transfer or slipping and sliding around the face. It has the perfect fixing power, which makes this cushion great for long wear and is buildable for fixing. The setting fit of the cushion is weightless and adheres well to the skin by using microfit technology. And lastly, there is water cooling technology in the formula that gives a cooling and hydrating effect with each pat. This cushion is infused with 10 ppm of Aqualicia extract, so it's perfect for dry skin. Aqualicia extract is an active cellular hydration ingredient, and it is a concentrate of, and bear with me, I'm totally gonna butcher this, but it is a concentrate of Acacia macrostachya seed peptides obtained by enzymatic hydrolysis, used for intense hydration while minimizing water loss by trapping and distributing water. Aqualicia helps redynamizing water flows and also restructures the epidermis for a dynamic and optimal hydration under stressful conditions. So Moonshot really did their research when it came to filling up the formula of this cushion with lots of hydration, once again making it the perfect cushion for the summer, especially since when you're outside, or summer in general, a lot of the water evaporates out from your skin just because it can get pretty hot. So they really thought of everything when they came together and formulated this cushion. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the clip of my first impression of the cushion. So as you can see, this cushion has very low to medium coverage. I put 2 layers on and I still feel like nothing's covered. So far my skin doesn't feel heavy or anything like that, but if you have very texturized skin like I do at the moment, I can kind of see the cushion formula clinging a little bit to the texture of my skin. And then on top of that, it has a very strong fragrant smell to it, and it's kind of slightly triggering my allergies, and it's kind of a little hard to blend this thing out because I think the way the cushion is shaped, or the puff is shaped, it kind of leaves like streaks or lines. If you go too hard, so you really have to do light pats onto the face. The thing I do like so far is that it's very cooling each time you pat it onto your skin, which is really nice. Right now it isn't super shiny or dewy. It's like the perfect amount of dewiness without looking over the top. It does look somewhat natural at the moment, but we'll see how it sets and we'll see how it turns out in a couple of hours. I didn't use any sunscreen because this has SPF in it of 50 plus and PA triple plus. Looks okay. not really cakey, just besides the fact that it clings onto texture and not a lot of coverage. You probably have to use concealer or layer on a little bit more, but I just want to test it out 2 layers so far, and we'll see. It's been 10 whole hours since I first applied the BB cushion. I just want to let you guys know that I did not powder my face at all, and this is kind of what it looks like after 10 straight hours. There's a little bit of patching going on right here on my cheeks, but other than that, it's still kind of, it looks pretty intact after 10 hours. I noticed that it takes about 10 minutes to set, and I know earlier I was kind of having some concerns when applying the cushion on, but after it set into my skin, it actually set quite beautifully. Very, very natural, extremely lightweight, little to no transfer at all throughout the day, and it didn't really get super shiny on me. It kind of looks almost the exact same as when I first applied the cushion, so not bad. And most importantly, I didn't get any new pimples from this cushion either. The only thing that I have to complain about as my first impression is that I wish there was higher coverage. I probably have to wear concealer with this cushion. And 2 is that it's not extremely hydrating. So if you do have dry skin, you do want to be careful and make sure that you heavily emphasize moisturization and hydration in your skincare prior to applying the cushion on. But I'm going to continue using this cushion for about 2 weeks, and I'll get back to you guys. Now that you guys saw my first impression of the cushion, I want to go ahead and talk about my 2-week impression of this cushion. And of course, we're just going to talk about the pros first. So first thing first is, of course, almost every BB cushion I rave about is the packaging. I love this rainbow hollow look, and hollow is pretty popular nowadays, so I think it's like perfect, and it's just very mesmerizing to look at. On top of that, I actually really like the puff, because the puff has this little corner on the top, and also, you know, it's purple. I don't know if you can see it, and it has this corner on the top, which is perfect to get like under the eye, the corner of the eyes, around the nose. Those spots can be very hard to reach with just a circular puff, so this is actually perfect, and really simple kind of design, but a very smart design. So I really appreciate that they incorporated like a little top of a teardrop on top of this, just to make it a lot easier to get those hard to reach spots on the face. I also love that it has sun protection. I feel like every foundation, every BB cushion should always have SPF in it, just because I feel like it's a lot easier to touch up on SPF if it's already in the foundation or the BB cushion, but I know some foundations it's harder to have SPF in it just because it changes the formula, but I think they did a really good job of including the SPF, and it didn't ruin the formula of this cushion at all. I was also very genuinely surprised of how well shade 201 match my skin tone. I fluctuate between 201 or 21 to 22, and most BB cushions I use, it's really hard for me to feel like it's exactly my match, but I felt like this was the perfect match for my skin tone. So I was genuinely surprised, and I loved that it easily and seamlessly blended into my skin tone. Speaking of the formula of the cushion, I also really love the cooling effect, how each pat of the cushion gave a very nice hydrating and cooling effect to my skin, which is once again perfect for the summer. And when I was in Japan, I actually went to 2 amusement parks, which is USJ, Universal Studios, and Disney Sea. So this was really great to touch up on my makeup, to 1, cool my skin down, and 2, reapply the SPF. So I loved that this kept my skin cool and hydrated and protected from the UV. On top of it feeling very hydrating, it does have some moisturizing effects to it. However, if you have very dry skin, you might want to double up on some moisturizer underneath first, because I have oily skin, so to me it was quite moisturizing. But of course, it was also very lightweight. It never felt like there was anything heavy pulling my pores down, never made my skin feel really congested or heavy at all. I was able to go out throughout the day without feeling like my skin was being suffocated. So very lightweight. It was very long lasting, and I also adored the matte and natural finish that this cushion gave. On top of it being a very matte and natural finish, there was little to no transfer at all. It didn't slip and slide around my face during the day or when I sweat or anything. So that itself is very impressive to me. I also noticed that throughout the day there's no oxidation either, so that is perfect because I really hate having my foundation or cushion just oxidize throughout the day and completely change to a different skin tone on me, and it just looks odd at that point, but this didn't really oxidize, so A+. I will say though that the cushion did get shiny on my nose about 5 hours in of wearing the cushion on a plain old sunny day. Just hot and sunny, it started to get shiny around my nose at 5 hours, but on humid hot days it started getting shiny on my nose about 3 hours in. So I think it does fare well in humid conditions, but you definitely do, if you're on the oilier side, especially in your T-zone, definitely need to touch up on some powder throughout the day or something. But if you're into the dewy look, you know, like who really cares, right? But I just wanted to put like my little notes of that in there just in case you're wondering how quickly my nose got super shiny, and my nose is always the shiniest part of my face. But I talked some really good things about the cushion. Let's talk about some cons, or what I didn't really like about the cushion. And there's a couple, but not too much. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to the cushion is that it has very sheer coverage. If you have a lot of pigmentation, hyperpigmentation, acne scarring, things like that, definitely want to use a concealer, or you're going to end up using lots of layers on your face. So I didn't use concealer at all when I tried out the cushion. I ended up using like 3 to 5 layers of the cushion. So because I had to use like about 3 to 5 layers, this cushion ended up kind of running out a lot sooner than I normally would go through my cushions, just because the coverage was just so light. I mean, it's buildable, so that's great, and it was able to cover my hyperpigmentation after a while, after a couple of layers. But if you are wanting to use this almost every day as like a everyday kind of cushion, but you have hyperpigmentation or acne scarring, definitely use concealer underneath or on top, however you like to do your makeup, because this alone just takes too many layers to cover it up. I also want to bring up the fact that after a while of wearing this cushion, I noticed that it started clinging onto my flakes, like skin flakes. So that's why I say if you have very dry skin, I highly recommend that you use something very moisturizing underneath before you apply the cushion, because you will notice the cushion clinging onto the flakes. And then for all of my friends who live in very hot and sunny climates, not necessarily humid, but just hot, sunny, and dry, I noticed that after 4 to 5 hours of wearing the cushion, it started to crack, especially along my laugh lines and a little bit around my nose. It started to kind of like fall apart a little bit there. But of course I noticed that's when the air is very dry and it's super hot. And then going back to the formula of the cushion, I do want to talk about how my skin felt after wearing it for about 8 hours. And just bear in mind that I wore this for 8 hours every day, and for some days I didn't even touch up because I really wanted to see how well the cushion was able to last. And I noticed that on the days I don't touch up, after 8 hours my skin was feeling really dry underneath the cushion. So I think what happened was that the formula of the cushion was starting to dry out a little bit, and it was like starting to suck like the moisture from my own skin into the formula. So one other thing I would highly recommend for my dry skin friends, to definitely moisturize and hydrate throughout the day. So that is what I noticed. But all in all, I genuinely love this cushion. I would definitely not wear it in the winter, but I can see myself repurchasing this again when it comes spring and summer. I felt like this cushion was perfect for the summer. So I can see why this was a heavily boasted summer cushion. I hope you guys find that really helpful. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section down below. I will try my best to answer all of your questions. And if you found this video really helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.